today is the 8th day of the year. I've coincidentally just passed 8k subscribers, meaning the stars are aligning. And as it turns out, it's Ragical Day, meaning I've got cake. Starting off week 2 of 2021, quite spiffy. But hey, can we maybe perhaps calm down on the shenanigans this year, America? Bloody hell, man. Only a few days in and the shit hits the fan. So let's take a step back, count to 9, so we make it through this year. Alright? Spiffy. Anyway, let's have a look at this first video first. That sentence went well.
We can talk here.
Okay, what our plan is to find the manager on £1,000 and each of the members using the gym £200.
Okay.
So if you can identify the manager to me, otherwise I'll assume that's you and you'll be getting the £1,000 fine.
So just for reference, this gym stayed open well during the lockdown. Let's hope this year is gonna be less of that, you know. But still, they violated the rules. But that's not even the funny part. It's pure irony here.
I do not consent to any fines.
Okay,
I'm not entering into a contract.
So you're going to refuse to provide me with your details?
I'm not giving you any details.
Okay, so then you'll be arrested and we'll obtain other police.
I'm a living woman and we're under common law.
You didn't hear that incorrectly. She is a living woman during a pandemic, exercising her right to spread the virus. A living woman. For fuck's sake.
Okay, I disagree because we're going to be dealing with it from statute, through legislation that's been put in place due to the COVID legislations. So whatever defence you wish to raise, you can do that in court, but I'm just explaining to you how we're looking to deal with this. So, are you going to provide us with your details so we can issue this £1,000 fine?
I'm a living woman.
Okay,
And we're
I'll take
operating
that as a
under
no
common
then.
law. We're operating under common law.
Okay, at this point then, I'm arresting you for breach of COVID regulations. You do not have to say anything that may harm the defence. If you do not mention or question something later on in court.
Keep in mind, she's not consenting to any fines or getting into a contract or whatever she said. Imagine these people actually thinking this is somehow something that works. And as a living woman, she could definitely get infected. And then there would be a chance she won't be a living woman anymore. So anyway, it's a good thing the officers caught her right now, because there's a chance she's not gonna get vaccinated, right? I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a thing. Oh dear. So yeah, that was a short. It's not gonna be a YouTube short. It's gonna be included in this video. Let's have a look at another video, because this guy doesn't like officers yelling at him while yelling at him.
You're gonna stop talking to me like that, sir, or you can have a supervisor. I just wanted to know why you stopped me and you're talking over me, and you are.
I let you know, and I'm waiting for your license.
And I'm getting it as fast as I can, sir, and you will stop talking. Hey,
Let's go.
you are a civil servant. I am not. You are supposed to rise above this crap. I don't need the attitude. After a bunch of mouth. I asked you, I have the right to know.
So there could be some hidden message about a bunch of mouth. You know, I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I'm sure it doesn't mean what I think it means. And I kind of expected him to go, you are a civil servant, you work for me. But hey, he went in a different direction.
You will slow your roll with me, sir, and you will approach me with a better attitude, or you can just walk away and get a supervisor here. You're giving me an attitude when you approach my car. I asked you to tell me.
I can get you a supervisor.
I want you to slow your roll with me and not talk to me like I'm beneath you.
I'm asking if you want.
I want you to stop talking to me that way.
That's adorable. He thinks he's in control of the situation by yelling while complaining about being yelled at. Well, I hear the officer right now. He just tries to talk to the guy, and he is the one doing all the things he's accusing the officer of. Projection. Thy name is Slow Thy Roman.
You will respect me as a human being. Do you understand me?
I have respected you.
No, you haven't. I asked you why you stopped me and said, what's the problem? And I will move as fast as I would like, thank you. You're not gonna bully me, guy. A badge don't scare me. Do you hear your tone? Do you hear your tone? I'm supposed to be at work right now, and you want to mess around. That's right, you don't, because you're giving me an attitude.
I mean, what the fuck? Wait a minute. The officer is giving him an attitude while he's giving an attitude. He's like a little toddler stamping his feet.
I got attitude from you before I even stepped out.
I said, what's the problem, officer?
What's with the light? Turn the light off. I need your license.
Because you're breaking the law. Those are emergency lights, sir. Are you indicating an emergency right now? No, you are not. Yeah, that's right. An investigation, not an emergency. So shut the fucking lights off.
Imagine the ego on this dude. Now he's telling the officer how to do his job. He has the warning lights on, the flashing lights of the police car to, you know, indicate there's a car stopped on the side of the road so people don't crash into you. It is a safety situation. And don't tell an officer how to do his job while throwing a temper tantrum. I mean, let's be honest here. Just tell me, who is the one with the attitude? I'm pretty sure it's Slow Thy Roll, man. Slow your roll. What the hell is that cringy crap? Is that something his group of friends say to each other? You gotta slow your roll, bro. He kinda sounds like a debate me, bro.
Here's your registration, insurance, and proof of fuck.
So where are you headed tonight, huh?
I work right here. I'm at my job.
He said proof of fuck. He did.
And proof of fuck.
Well, here we go again.
Very simple question.
Yeah, slow your tone with me and you'll get a better one. Start talking to me like a human being and you'll get it. You've gotten the information you need.
All right, sir.
I'm not doing very good, officer. The gentleman comes up to my car. I said, what's the problem, officer? He shines his spotlight in my face, and I understand that's for his protection. I asked him to turn the light off because he was blinding me. And then I said, what seems to be the problem, officer? And he wants to raise his voice to me and tell me license and registration. I said, that would be fine, sir, as soon as you tell me what I've done. The law states constitutionally that unless you think I've committed a crime or about to commit a crime, I don't have to give you my ID. But I will give it to you. I just want to know why I'm stopped.
It kind of depends per state, I think, but it is still mandatory when an officer asks you for your ID to actually hand over the registration of your car or the ID so they know who they're dealing with and if you are insured and the owner of possession of the car during a traffic stop. So no, bro, you are not going to slow the roll here. Also seems a whole lot of lying going on there. I mean, you are the one instigating and yelling and being rude. Somehow he doesn't get it. Does he get it? I don't think he gets it.
That's it, because I'm at my job on private property, and so I can't imagine why there's a cop behind me at my job on private property stopping me because he says my exhaust is loud.
Well, that's not the only thing that's loud, Mr. Slow Your Roll Loudmouth. I don't know, that joke doesn't really roll off the tongue.
Okay, and I apologize. I apologize for raising my voice to you.
Huh, this might be a first. Usually it's good cop, bad cop. This is good driver, bad driver. Leading me to the conclusion that he has a multiple personality issue. This guy is just full of surprises, isn't he?
Typically, when we stop cars, we don't know that you're going to work.
Yes, sir. I understand that.
You work for Ithaca Times or whatever.
Yes, sir.
You guys
This I am aware of.
As far as probable cause for the stop, when you sign your DMV stuff, you have to issue your license because you have to carry it with you when you're operating.
Only if I'm committing a crime, sir. Constitutionally, the federal law overrides county, state, and city every time.
So the officer stopped you for a loud exhaust, which is reason to engage in the traffic stop, meaning you are suspected of committing a traffic violation. So you just contradicted yourself, boy. Good job.
Make an arrest, we have to have probable cause. And remind you, you may not be committing a crime. You committed a traffic offense, which is a loudmouth.
A violation which is covered under the color of law, not real law.
But you still have to provide your license.
Yes, sir. But I also have a right to know when a cop walks up to my car why I'm being stopped, correct?
But normally we don't inform you what you're being stopped for until we know who we're talking to.
Well, that makes me feel unsafe because I don't know why you're stopping
The
me.
reason for that is that there's been cases, not necessarily here in Ithaca,
But just in general.
Cases in general where we tell you why you stop and they take off. Now
Right.
we don't know who we have.
Right.
At least if we know who we're talking to.
But see how you approach me? You're
we can-
talking to
we
me
can
kind.
adjust it that way.
He was raising his voice and you know, and I'm like, yo, dude, you,
Oh no, the big man feels unsafe because an officer is approaching his car with a raised voice and then he starts yelling and complaining and unable to hear what the officer says and then he complains about not being able to hear what the officer says. You are the one making the noise, boy. Also, the freaking irony of a loud exhaust and a loud mouth. We're not dealing with the average brainer anymore. We're dealing with a no-brainer.
I understand your frustration. I am not a supervisor. I'm just here.
plus it's 2 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? Like, really? And he asked me where I'm going. I told him I'm at work. You know what I mean? I'm here. I'm at work.
But we don't know that.
Right.
We don't
No,
know.
I tried to, he won't let me talk. He's just like, do what I said, do what I say, do what I say.
The thing is, though, with a demeanor towards us or anybody else, it's going to dictate if you're going to get a citation or not.
Oh, I don't care if he writes me for a loud muffler. You know what I
It's a
mean?
fix a ticket.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he just, you know, for a muffler, he's approaching me angry.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if you're going to be angry, I can be angry right back. I mean, you know,
You
it's...
do what I do. I just kill people with my kindness.
Well, I was trying to get my information out, and while I was doing that, I was asking. I mean, I don't see the harm in letting me, you know.
And I can understand you're frustrated because you're trying to get. I mean, you guys work crappy hours.
Yeah, and I'm late. And now I'm even
What's up,
later.
Chris?
So Loud Exhaust Man is driving around in the middle of the night at 2 o'clock, making all the noises. I'm pretty sure people around there love that noise. And of course he's gonna say I'm late. Well, there seems to be a personal problem in it. You know how you could fix that? Taking off for work a little bit sooner. Yeah, there's all the telltale signs of you driving like a madman, and that's why the officer was pissed off. But hey, we don't see that part of the story. Interesting.
You know what I mean?
I know you didn't do anything. You've been staying out of trouble. So he's just gonna run your stuff. I'm not sure if he's gonna write your ticket or not.
Oh, I don't care. That's fine.
Just keep it cool with him, and then hopefully we can just end this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Altercation.
All right. Yep. Thank you,
Nice
sir.
talking to
You too. See, now that's a nice cop right there. Oh, you recording the whole thing?
That's what I was trying to tell him. And you're like, shut up.
God damn, he's such an entitled little brat. I mean, he actually thinks he comes across as level-headed here. But all I've seen is a grown-ass man throwing a temper tantrum and then getting mad that he can't understand the officer. While, of course, taking no responsibility for his actions. Because slow your roll, man, doesn't roll like that.
You want to write me a freaking muffler ticket when these roads are fucking crap? Get a fucking life.
That's all flat out. You're breaking the fucking law with your lights.
A whole bunch of them, huh?
Oh, you know, because I'm loud. I'm not gonna sit here and be abused by the police, man. He's just mad because I passed him at the light.
There's nothing against the law about that.
No, I know.
He's just mad because he passed you at the light and the roads are bad so you don't need a ticket? What is wrong with these people? Don't they know they're still recording? She's holding the bloody phone. It's a whole lot of dumb in a few minutes there. And he's still going on about the emergency lights on the bloody cruiser.
Have your license and registration and all your stuff.
Is that it?
No, well, I'm just going to talk to you for a moment. I pulled you over for your loud muffler, all right? It doesn't have to be a crime for me to pull you over. It is a violation. It's loud. I heard it inside my car, okay? I was more than happy to let you know.
Okay, right. What I'm saying to you is you approached my car with your voice raised already. Okay, when I ask you why you stopped me, it's your job as an officer to tell me why I'm being stopped. I don't know that you're a real cop. Could you got sirens on your car? That doesn't mean anything. Okay, so when I ask you why am I being stopped, it's a simple answer. I'm getting my license and registration. It's going to take a minute. Okay, I'm a human being. Yes, I have been pulled over before. And listen, I know my rights, and you do have to have a legitimate reason.
Absolutely.
Right. Just so you understand, okay, a violation is not a crime. Okay,
correct.
So I don't have to give you. It doesn't matter. I know my rights. Okay, and I'm trying my best not to get an attitude. Okay.
Yeah, about that. Try harder. You weren't trying. You weren't trying at all.
And given the situation across the country with police doing the things that they have done, it makes people a bit nervous and a bit agitated when you think that you're going to come up and you're going to command me around. You are an officer of the law and you do deserve a certain amount of respect. I know you saw the badge, okay? The deal is I get what you do, okay? On the same hand, understand that I'm a human being and I deserve to be treated with a certain level of respect. Now, I'm not saying if I sit here and cuss you that you got to maintain a certain level of professionalism, but I do say when you walk up to my car, you can say, "Good evening, sir. The reason I'm stopping you is because your exhaust is kind of loud." And
do you know how I approached you initially?
Yeah, you walked up to me and said license and registration. I said, "What seems to be the problem, officer?" And you said license and registration.
I don't believe I yelled it.
Well, okay, your tone. Then you want to take a class on addressing people because you have sarcasm. And you're short with your answers, okay? And that's, to me, seems unprofessional, okay? That's all I'm saying.
Oh, hey, the story changed somehow. So, because his answers are short, and he has sarcasm, which you can't even, you don't know what sarcasm is, you can't even fathom what sarcasm is. That's way beyond your level. Come on, man. And here he was, constantly claiming he was yelling. Well, he was yelling himself. Goddamn freaking hypocrite. Quite odd, huh? How the story changes when he has to. Completely nullifying his entire argument. That brain fart completely crashing into the ground was so satisfying.
I don't know if it is or not. Who am I to say? All I'm saying to you is that I wanted to know why you stopped me. And that's a perfectly simple request to say, why are you stopping me?
Just so you know, I was more than happy to tell you that.
And by the way, it is against the law for you to have your red lights on while you're stopping somebody. That's why the cop cars are equipped with directionals in the back. Don't shake your head. They're called emergency lights. Well, and if it is a law, now, if I was to put an emergency light in my car and drive down the road with it on, it's against the law because I'm indicating an emergency.
You're not very bright, are you? officers have an exemption to use the lights to indicate a traffic stop, to indicate emergencies. Just because they're called emergency light doesn't mean they are only allowed to be used during an emergency. And I guess this guy had lights on his car because he seems to be some kind of security guard. He has a badge, right? And sadly, this man also has quite an ego because he is a security guard. Thinking he can actually lecture an officer of the law, an actual officer of the law, on how to use his emergency lights.
That's what red lights do. Indicate an emergency.
To you, and I'm letting you know that
I
I'm
understand.
not getting the ticket.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Because it's not a huge deal. Just
thank you.
Make sure you get it fixed. You know, there's nothing saying that you won't be stopped as soon as you leave here, all right?
Okay, I understand that.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Oh, what's that? Do I detect some kind of sarcasm in your voice there? Careful now. You might scare the officer. You know what I think is going on with the emergency lights? He keeps going on about that, right? I guess because he's a security guard, he had lights on his truck or his car, and then he got pulled over and they basically fined him for it. Because the only people on the road that have an exemptions are police cars, emergency cars like ambulances, and fire trucks. While road workers and construction vehicles also have an exemption alongside tow trucks. But they are not allowed to drive around with it, just when they're doing their job, right? What a ridiculous man making a ridiculous argument about a ridiculous point while being scared for his life because the officer had sarcasm. Now I know sarcasm can be a deadly weapon, but hey, this tough guy is able to handle that, I'm sure. And on that questionable note, make sure for the end of the video, gang, you leave a sarcastic comment. And be sure to tickle my bell and all things around it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Imagine yelling at someone and then asking them why they are yelling. That's like kicking someone in the balls and complaining your foot hurts.